2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Los Angeles Clippers. Well, it was Los Angeles winning their last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. That game was a dominant performance. Always nice to win one going away, but it's just one game, and they'll be ready to go tonight. Right out of the gate, Shaq, a few teams with championship aspirations underperforming.
Yeah, sometimes when everybody's picking you to win, it can go to your head, Ernie. That's when leaders have to step up and right the ship.
Well, sometimes the more talented you are, the more everyone wants the ball, and that creates chaos. In that climate, it could take time.
Kind of like on this show. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
The Staples Center, downtown Los Angeles, and the freeways of LA, all painting the picture just where we are tonight. Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you Wednesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics as they play against the Los Angeles Clippers here at the Staples Center. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, Kemba Walker is a multiple-time All-Star. But from his first seasons in the league, stardom was not assured. Even he said, "I never saw myself playing at this level. There were times I didn't know if I even belonged in the NBA. I guess you could say I'm surprised." Now, Kevin, every player has those doubts at the beginning, but few overcome them the way Kemba has.
David, he's come a long way. Thank you. Two pretty high-level defensive teams tonight, Doris. Is that due to talent, or scheme, or hustle, or what do you attribute it to?
I think, Kevin, you just named the three things that are prerequisites to being a great defensive unit. Number one, you have got to have individual talent that is suited athletically to guard. Number two, you've got to have a great scheme that the coach has put in position. How are you guarding the pick and roll? Do you want a top lock? Do you want to get out and challenge? Are you switching the pick and roll? And a lot of that comes down to, do you want to be great? Are you going to lay it all out there? Are you going to sacrifice your body? All of those things are a necessity.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Tatum out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Cantor in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Los Angeles, the two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Patrick Beverley out there with Williams. And Harrell's in at the center, locking down the middle. And Walker kicks to Cantor. Pass to Tice. On the wing, Brown. He dishes it to Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. Over George. Tatum's shot is off. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Jaylen Brown.
And throughout his career, Beverley has remained a pest, an aggressive defender that no one likes having him guard.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Beverley. Both free throws good from Beverley. I'll grade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams. 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective. Only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
Harrell, the pass to Beverley. Outside for George. The three, it's good from long range.
You've got to be prepared on the catch to release quickly, and Paul George does that as well as anyone in the league.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Walker taking his time here. Williams with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Pulls up for three. And it's Beverly missing. Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against the Thunder. Walker the pass to Brown. Off target from outside. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And that one's good. Beverly.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
For Boston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And there's the pass to Cantor. Pass to Tice. Brown against Harrell. 4 on the clock. Here's Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
Williams dishes to Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Celtics trail by 5. Here's Walker. Great D that time from Leonard.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Brown against Williams. Outside Leonard. Inside, here's George. It's rebounded by Tice.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Brown the pass to Cantor. And it's blocked. Kicks it to Walker. Second chance shot. Tries yet again. Los Angeles leading by 5. Here's George. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Tatum. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
The shot's good from Cantor.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
Now here's Williams. 14 points from him the last game against Oklahoma City.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defender.
Now here's Walker. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Cantor finds Tice. Passes it to Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cans the 12-footer.
You got to shadow Walker. His mid-range game is on point.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Clippers. It's a 3-point game. Rebound Boston. Cantor's got 4 rebounds in this game.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Brown the pass to Cantor. To the left side wing. There's Walker with the 3. The rebound by Paul George.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
From 12 feet out, and he knocks down the jumper. George has got his second basket of the night.
And this is a shot Paul George makes consistently, right? When he's in rhythm, he's ready to fire off the bounce.
Up top, Walker. He's guarded by Williams. And the rejection by Harrell. So it's the Celtics now, trailing by 5. 6 to shoot. Here's Tatum.
And you know what? Call it great defense or poor offense. Either way, they're limiting their scoring.
Moves on moves. That's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
Here's Tice after the basket by Montrezl Harrell. Cantor with it. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. Brown. And the rejection by Harrell. Leonard on the wing. Over Tice. And that one's good. Leonard.
One thing that stands out over the course of Leonard's career is how efficient and effective he has been on the offensive end.
Tatum on the wing. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Williams with the ball. Cantor covering. Floats it up there for Harrell.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Here's Walker. He's coming off a 19-point game against Phoenix.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
So the Celtics called timeout, their first.
And Kevin, last season there were a couple of glaring deficiencies for the Celtics. I thought they had a problem with shot selection. Too often I thought they settled for pull-up jumpers. They did not exploit their length to get into the paint, nor did they exploit their ability to get to the free throw line. And ultimately that really cost them.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Green comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Maurice Harkless is checked in for George. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Lou Williams. Hayward looking over the floor. Unable to get that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. And with the Celtics last season, Doris, one of the league's lowest rate of free throws attempted and bottom 7 in offensive rebound.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They had a couple of players coming off of surgeries, knee troubles. Sometimes that can make you hesitant to mix it up on the interior. But, boy, if you want to win, you've got to get to the free throw line and you've got to get to the offensive glass.
And Boston has possession. The Clippers getting the bucket. Outside Williams. Outside Smart. Boston needs to get off a shot. Fades away. Williams' shot is off.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Beverly. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City. They kick it out to Green. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And the 3-ball is good. And the Clippers lead by 14.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Here's Wanamaker. Clippers able to drain the 3. Bounce pass from Smart. Pass to Poirier. Now Smart. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Poirier no good. Clippers leading by 14. Harkless on the wing. Back to Shamet. To the middle. Harkless with the bucket.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
So it's Boston now. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
A shot by Hayward, wide open. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
How about Gordon Hayward going from a guy who as a rookie couldn't get much playing time to now an all-star level talent who you cannot let get space from 3.
Now here's Beverly. He's got 6, and Green slams it in.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, Greg, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Here's Wanamaker. 15-point game. He kicks to Williams. .156 left to play in the first quarter. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Hayward. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And I credit the shot selection in that one. It's hard to stay patient, but you see the reward.
Well, typically, Greg, great decision-making leads to great shooting percentages. I thought that team played a very smart game.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Doris, if I were to ask you right now in the league who has the most unstoppable shot, who would you tell me?
You know what's interesting, Kevin, is I wonder if in the long view of history, James Harden's step-back 3 will become sort of an identifiable shot with him, the way the sky hook was with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Wow, yes,
right?
yes.
Like, you wonder, does that become a signature play for James? It certainly is something that's darn near impossible to stop right now.
Now here's Williams. He's still scoreless so far in this one. There's the pass to Smart. Releases from 15. That one doesn't drop. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
And this game will be half of the contest they'll play against each other this year.
It's an interesting matchup. Two teams that don't know each other all that well, separate conferences. We'll see which one can dictate the pace early.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Here's Wanamaker. He's covered by Shamet. Boston again missing. Los Angeles leading by 17. Magruder passes to Green. Rebound by Williams.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
30 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Poirier. Back to Williams. 5 on the clock. Passes it to Poirier. To stop the drought. That shot no good. This one for 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We come back right after this. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me in my darkest days. I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, you've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Total intimidation that first period. That is what has helped power them to this early lead.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Boston, they've got Smart. Williams is out there with Hayward. And it's Wanamaker in at the point. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubats has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Wanamaker the pass to Poirier. A floater, and oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Harkless dishes to Green, and Green slams it in.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Here's Wanamaker. The Clippers getting the bucket. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, that's his second foul. Does he take a more cautious approach here the rest of the half?
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Jason Tatum comes in for Robert Williams. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brad Wanamaker. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. And here's Hayward. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Lets it go. Smart misses. Clippers leading by 23.
What I love about Marcus Smart is every single trip up the floor, this guy is going to be in your grill, and it cannot be a pleasant experience to have this man guarding you.
Now here's Tatum. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Phoenix.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
Now here's Harkless. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. In the corner, Shamet with it. 6 on the shot clock. Magruder passes to Shamet. Over Hayward. And it's Shamet missing. And that defensive pressure of Smart will wear you down, Doors, over the course of a game.
Kevin, it takes its toll because his combination of athleticism, strength, and motor makes him an absolute monster on the defensive end.
The Celtics shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And that one falls for Walker. Well, one of the bigger names in free agency this past summer was Kemba Walker. A lot of teams, Greg, looking at him.
And rightfully so, Kevin. With Kemba, a point guard who is in his prime, he's an impact player who can hit big shots and is one of the more underrated stars in our league.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Green. George is checked in for Maurice Harkless. Lou Williams is subbed in for Landry Shamet. Now here's Williams. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Harrell against Cantor. Outside, George. Over Tatum. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Celtics trail by 21. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Whereas for some players now in their second seasons, you can tell just how big the jump is between that first year and their second year in the league.
I think, Kevin, it's probably the single biggest growth opportunity. One of the things that happens is the game slows down for second-year players. Very rarely do you see a guy take a step backwards. They're comfortable, they're more confident, and they know what to expect.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Brown kicks to Tice. Pass to Canner. Nice ball movement by Boston. And here's Brown outside, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. You take a look at the Pistons. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when you look at Los Angeles, they are rolling, showing a lot of belief in themselves. The fan base is energized. We'll see if they can keep this up.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. That will conclude a 5-game road trip for them.
Well, if he gets near the cup, Jason Tatum will leave, no doubt. Woohoo!
Now here's Williams. Left side, Leonard. Fires the 3. No good that time. And the Celtics going the other way now. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
You know this, Greg. Nothing gets a crowd into the game more than a bunch of missed free throws. That's one of the worst things you can do on the road.
And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. Oh, Leonard in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
So it's Boston now. Outside, Walker. And the pass to Tatum. Lets it go from 11. Count that one. Tatum's got 6. Clippers leading by 20. Outside, Williams. Down low. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, almost effortless there from Kawhi Leonard. The reach and leaping ability. Look out.
Now, here's Walker. 6 points for him. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Brown wide open. He fires. Here's Cantor. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Cantor's got his 3rd basket of the night.
What a huge target in transition Enes Kanter can be. You love when he runs the floor.
Williams looking around. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Tice. Celtics trail by 20. Goes up at the stripe, and it's Brown that time on the assist by Walker. Brown's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Well, don't you love the way Jaylen Brown is squaring up in the mid-range? This guy's getting his feet under him. His pre-shot preparation outstanding.
Now here's Leonard. A 35-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
Here's Walker. A 3-pointer is right on target. Walker's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Now here's Williams. Here's George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from George. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Well, I don't know that when he was selected 10th overall back in 2010, that the casual fan understood that Paul George would become one of the most effective two-way players in the NBA, but he's done just that.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside Williams. Pass to Harrell. Here's Williams, guarded by Tatum. Tries from 10, uses the glass to drop it in. And the Clippers lead by 17.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Here's Walker. And the rejection by Harrell. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. There's the foul against the Clippers. Boston shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First free throw is good. Doris, one of the biggest free agent signings in years. LeBron James going to the Lakers. What did you think of his first season with L.A.?
Well, when you're LeBron James, perhaps no athlete in the history of the NBA has borne the weight of expectation as much as LeBron. So if there's anything short of a playoff appearance, there's disappointment. But what I would say is, through Christmas Day and his first real injury that he had to endure, LeBron was playing like an MVP. We are talking about one of the greatest to ever do it. I expect them to turn things around in Lakerland this year.
I agree with you, and I agree on your prediction. Here's Cantor. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Cantor kicks to Tice. Cantor inside. He's defended by Harrell. Just 5 on the clock. Brown outside. Offensive rebound. Tice. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here is George. He picked up 30 points in their last win against Oklahoma City. To the paint. Leonard inside, defended by Tice. Williams for 3, a putback, and Leonard stays with it. Leonard's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Kawhi Leonard, still one of the hardest working players in the league, active on the offensive glass there.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name on the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his 2nd Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers.
So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Patrick Beverley, and Landry Shamet subbed in for Williams. And then for Boston, Robert Williams is checked in for Enes Kanter. Hayward comes in for Daniel Tice, and Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Jaylen Brown. And he makes that one. Hayward's got 5.
Don't you just love the craftiness that Gordon Hayward brings to the table? So good at sizing up the defense and finding different ways to score.
Now, here is George. 7 points in the game. Shamet on the wing. To the inside. And stolen by Tatum. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Here's Hayward. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Well, there's an accuracy and an assertiveness to Gordon Hayward. So good at getting to the mid-range game.
George looking around. Passes to Shamet. Stolen by Walker. And here's the fast break. Walker leading the way and laid in to finish the break. He's got 13.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Bucket is good. And the Clippers lead by 13.
Pretty dime there. The kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
And so Wanamaker will bring it up for the Celtics. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
And with the break here, let's look at the stats for George. Right around 21 points per, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch. Someone the other players look up to.
Now here's Leonard. 12 points for him. Shamet finds George. Shot clock at 5. The shot off that time. Good work defensively by Smart.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Clippers leading by 13. Pass to Leonard. Over Hayward. Leonard, no luck. Boston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Hits the three-point bomb.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Now, here's Shamet. Last game we saw him score 14. Zubac's with it. Back to George. And Leonard has it in the corner. Over Hayward. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Celtics trail by 10. Inside. Smart passes to Wanamaker. The pass to Poirier. And the 3 off target. On up the court. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there. How much is that helping your game?
It's helping me out a lot. Just coming in the game relaxed, just with more intensity. I mean, my teammates are getting me involved on the offensive end. I'm playing great on defense. We just got to keep it up second half and not let it up.
Hey, Kawhi, thank you very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
Well, it was an unselfish, team-oriented half of basketball. The ball never stopped moving. Their offense had a great flow to it. It prevented anyone from getting lazy out there. They're always moving, cutting, knowing where they need to pass the ball, Ernie.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Boston?
Well, they shot under 40% in the first half. There's your deficit. They missed some open looks, wide open. But overall, I thought the offense was stagnant. Look for their coach to draw up some specific plays to try to jumpstart them in the second half.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back To Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. What a game we're seeing from Kemba Walker.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Celtics trail by 10. Under down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Williams is out there with Patrick Beverly. And it's George in at the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Now, here's Cantor. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Well, we know this. When Enes Kanter is engaged, this guy is an effective offensive force. The defense has got to be on point.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. Here's Cantor after the basket by Montrezl Harrell. And here's Walker outside. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Leonard's got 5 rebounds tonight. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, if you were going to lose Kyrie Irving, why not replace him with Kemba Walker? The Celtics brought Walker in from Charlotte last offseason, and it looks like he's going to pay off big time in Boston. The Celtics didn't exactly do what they wanted the last couple of years, but with Walker and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and a hopefully healthy Gordon Hayward, the Celtics aren't exactly going to be in the lottery anytime soon either.
Well, you're right on that, D.A. They're still stocked, and we love Walker. He'll, I think, mix well with this team. Thank you. And here are the Clippers now after the basket by Boston. Williams against Tatum. Pass to George. Shoots from the baseline, and Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Walker goes in. IT that time from Leonard. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Celtics trail by 11. Here's Walker. 13 points in the game. Outside Tatum. Over Harrell. Tatum's shot is off.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Beverly against Brown. Beverly the pass to Williams. It's stolen by Brown. Walker in the post, defended by George. And it's sent back by George.
Paul George, tremendous vertical. Kevin, how fast does he get off his feet?
And maybe the biggest story of this summer, where would Kawhi Leonard be headed in free agency?
A player of his caliber commands that kind of media scrutiny.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. Greg, you talk about the media focus for Kawhi Leonard. Not exactly something he embraces.
Not at all. As a kid on his birthdays, he'd shutter himself in his room because he didn't want the attention. To this day, he lets his play do the talking.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. It's Williams with the drive. Here's Leonard. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got his 7th assist here tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Celtics trail by 15. Poked away. The 3. And Boston with the rebound. Cantor's got 11 rebounds in the game. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Harkless is checked in for George. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Walker's shot is off.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
The Celtics have gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
And let's take this chance now to break out the list of the league's leading teams in the steals department. The Clippers in second.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
To stop the run. Excellent D there from Williams.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Harkless the pass to Beverly. Back to Harkless. Another shot. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Beverly's got 8.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And Walker kicks to Tice. Brown outside. Here's Tatum, and it's blocked. Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
We are talking about a solid 230 pounds. Kawhi Leonard's strength and his frame allows him to get shots off under duress.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And with numbers like this, how about 87% on the year? He's been somebody they love having at the line.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, you think back to draft day in 2011. It was quiet then. It became loud as his career went on. But the Spurs get the draft rights to Kawhi Leonard on that day for George Hill. Incredible.
Now here's Walker. He's got 13. Shot clock at 6. Here's Tatum. And he overshot that one, missing.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Here's Walker. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. Tatum's shot is off. On offense, here are the Clippers. Some momentum with a 15-2 run underway. Williams for 3. Rebound Boston. Cantor's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Here's Brown. Boston, no good that time either. Los Angeles leading by 22.
And the Celtics looking to bounce back and make another deep playoff run.
And I think, Greg, they certainly have the talent to do it. This is a team that remains on the upswing. They have draft picks and assets. I think they are well positioned for the future.
Now Leonard, following the miss by Kemba Walker from deep.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
His production has been unbelievable, a testament to how much he cares about his craft. And I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Down low, here's Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You can see the kind of savvy Kawhi Leonard plays with. This guy makes the defense commit and gets himself to the foul line.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here. The first free throw is good.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Landry Shamet comes in for Patrick Beverly and then for Boston. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Daniel Tice. Smart comes in for Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
And when you think about Brad Stevens, he has one thing he cites quite often. The quote is, toughness is being able to physically and emotionally perform your task through any condition. And boy, when you think about his teams, they have embodied that for most of his tenure.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And Doris, the Celtics seem like they lost a bit of that resiliency and some of that composure last season. How do you think they get that back?
I think, Kevin, it has to begin with their leaders. Those are the players you expect to set the tone with toughness and togetherness.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Celtics shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. And you look at Jason Tatum able to play either forward position. Doris, do you think his future is at the 3 or at the 4?
I think he is interchangeable at either position because his scoring can be devastating. For Jason Tatum, it's really a matter of making sure he continues to gain strength, continue to be a force and factor on the defensive end, and probably enhance his footwork around the rim a little bit.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Leonard, no luck. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Boston, no good that time either.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
Now here's Leonard. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Smart.
The best scorers in the game have the ability to get to the free throw line. Kawhi Leonard lives there.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
And the Clippers making a change here. Magruder's checked in. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. Boston's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Here's Walker. Can they get it? He lays it in. Walker's got 15 points.
And not his quarter, scoring-wise. Just 1 of 7 from the field.
Now Shamet. He has 7. To the paint. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And here's Walker. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Smart on the wing. Clock at 6. Walker the pass to Poirier. Shoots over Shamet. A nice shot by Poirier. Here's Shamet. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. On the wing, Green. Pass to Zubac. Shamet on the wing. Shoots over Walker. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Shamet's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
The defense making it way too easy for him on that jump shot. He'll take that all night.
Poirier passes to Williams. Out to Hayward. Jacks up a 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got 6 rebounds in the game. Now, here's Shamet. He's got 9. Outside Leonard. No good on the shot, and it's Boston the other way. Hayward passes to Walker. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense. Now the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
Celtics shooting terribly up to this point, just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. Williams looking over the floor. The tray. Walker's shot is off.
Well, he tries to answer with a 3 of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Now here's Smart. Pass to Walker. Fires the 3. Walker missing again.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Here's Magruder, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, the undrafted Rodney Magruder, Greg, has earned his way into the NBA.
It was 25 by the time of Magruder's rookie season. Has spent some time overseas and in the G League, but he's improved his game and has carved out a spot here in the league.
First one falls for him. And Los Angeles with some changes. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Jermichael Green, and Paul George is subbed in for Leonard. And so he hits both. And Walker's got the ball here for Boston. Dishes it to Williams. George against Hayward. Will it go? Good on the three-point shot. Hayward's got 10 points in the game.
Well, Gordon Hayward, such a pure jump shooter. High percentage shots, makes it look easy.
Shamet with it. 9 points in the game so far. Offensive rebound.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
Now here's Walker. He's covered by Shamet. 52 seconds left in the third. Here's Poirier. And the rejection by Zubac. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. .46 seconds left in the third quarter.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
LA's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Magruder kicks to Zubats. Back to Magruder. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Harrell. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Walker after the basket by Montrezl Harrell. Now Walker, he's got 15. Five to shoot. Outside, Smart. Off target with his three. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why, Greg, great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the court for the Celtics, they've got Marcus Smart. Ogilvy is out there with Williams. Then it's Langford. And it's Poirier in at the 5. It's stolen. Replay is always a good topic to talk about. Any changes, Doris, you'd like to see in the system or in the process?
Well, one of the beautiful things you have in the league is the opportunity in both Summer League and then also in your development league is the opportunity to put things in place. For instance, a coach's challenge has been experimented with at both of those different levels. And now the coach's challenge will be adopted and employed in the NBA. So I'm anxious to see how that plays out.
Here's Magruder. The shot, no good. And the Celtics going the other way now. Smart wide open, he fires. That 3 off the mark. The Clippers shooting straight 49% from the field. Now, here's Shamet. He's covered closely.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Here's Langford. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
The pass to Williams. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Los Angeles. Brad Wanamaker is checked in for the Celtics. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Ogilvy. Here's Wanamaker. 5 on the clock. Over Robinson. And Wanamaker gets it to go. Wanamaker's got his first 2 points of the night. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Now here's Patterson. Langford with the steal. Here's Wanamaker, and he uses the glass on the layup. Wanamaker's got 4 this quarter.
And you see Langford's ability as a facilitator, great court awareness.
Over to the wing. Here's Kabengele. Back to Robinson. Lets it fly. And Mo Harkless, the basket on the assist by Robinson. And that's now 6 points for Harkless. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Knocked away. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Robinson's got the ball.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
You know, Doris, you and I love history. And we were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship ring. You think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be close to impossible, Kevin, and the reason is, number one, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure, but it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era.
Barkless hits them both. Here's Langford. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Robinson passes to Magruder. Los Angeles with another miss.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
And I just watched Romeo Langford. And guys, he looks the part in every way. Big, smooth, great change of direction, and he can flat out score.
Shooting two.
The first one falls. And talking about Langford's ability to put up points, he has that popular step-back jumper, Greg, that's so difficult to defend.
Yeah, and you immediately think of James Harden, but a lot of guys use that step back. The one thing Langford does well, he gets to the rim where he can use all that length.
We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now, but when you look in your crystal ball, Doris, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
That second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
Robinson passes to Patterson. Here's Magruder. Back to Patterson. Shot clock at 5. Out to the wing. Here's Kevin Gelly. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Picked off in midair. 3-on-3. Here's Langford. Here's Poirier. That shot off. LA has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Outside, Robinson. Passes it to Magruder. Teardrop shot. Poirier grabs the miss. The Celtics have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. The offensive rebound. The Clippers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Magruder kicks to Robinson. They need this one. Rebounded by the Celtics. 5-on-3 break. Here's Ojale. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Ojelé's got his first points of the night. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Now, here is Robinson. The shot misses. Ojelé passes to Langford. Yep, that one goes in there. Langford's got 4 points this quarter. And the Clippers call time here. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure, whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev.
Here's Walker. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Brown finds Tatum. From outside, off the mark.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Pass to Beverly. Outside Leonard. From deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Leonard's got 18 points just in the second half. And Walker's got the ball here for Boston. Shot left block. Rebound Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Here's Beverly. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Williams has got his 9th assist in the game now.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
Boston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The pass to Tice. Helps teams if they can keep the rights to their best player. We see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
Now here's Tatum. Paul George unable to get his shot to go.
Absolutely tenacious, guys. Stuck right on him defensively, bothered that shot.
Oh, my goodness! Wow! What a play!
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this. The NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
Just 5 to shoot. Wanamaker misses. For Los Angeles, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Here's Williams. It's blocked.
And looking engaged defensively. Langford showing he has what it takes to be a shot blocker.
They recover it. Boston's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. He gets that one.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Pass to Williams. Left side, Leonard. Here's Wanamaker, defended by Beverly. Wanamaker, the pass to Poirier. That shot, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Stolen away. Passes to Langford. From deep. Rebound by the Clippers. George has got his 6th rebound on the night. Leonard attacking and finished off by Leonard.
When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he can dominate both ends of the floor. Nice job to finish it there.
1:56 left in the fourth. The Celtics shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Pass to Williams. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more 3-point attempts than 2-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade you see more 3-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than twos. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area twos, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and 3-point shots. And everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
The Celtics shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Langford, it's deflected.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Clippers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kawhi Leonard.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
And he knocks down the first one. No good on the second free throw. Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that 3-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, you know, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Williams. And Williams drops them both. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
And that one's good. Beverly.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Here's Wanamaker. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And the pass to Langford. Shoots the three, but they get it back.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game.
They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
And here's Beverly. So the Clippers winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long.